Hello everyone, welcome back to Tinateach Python. Today we'll be looking at data sets, what it means, the definition, the syntax, usage, different properties, and common methods that we've applied to list and tuples as we've learned in older lessons, such as length, type, and the set constructor, which is a new one. First off, let me answer the question of what is a set. So, I have a little variable over here that's named a set. A set is a data set that is unordered, so there are no index, right? So what you've learned with value number 1 in a tuple or a list having the index 0, and then the next one is having index 1, starting from 0 as opposed to starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as we would like in real life. A set does not have such, convenience. It's unordered. So every time you print a set out, the order of the value is randomized. Now, it is unchangeable. Okay, unchangeable, but unlike tuple, there are a few nuances and a few scapegoats that you can use to bypass this innate property. While the value that you have assigned to a set once it is created is unchangeable, you can add and you can remove values. Okay, so I guess that's just changing items but with a little extra steps. Once again, it is unindexed and it does not allow for duplicates unlike lists and tuples. Let's go through each property one by one and let's have a closer look at what they mean and how you have to deal with them once you use a set in your code. First off, with unordered, items do not have a defined order. They are displayed randomly every time you use them, and they cannot be referred via index or key, okay? Next up, with unchangeable, as I've mentioned before, you cannot change the values that was initially assigned, but you can add or remove the values. So that will be the main way that you manipulate data in a set. A set does not allow for duplicates, so duplicated instance will be ignored. Only the first instance will be displayed, and certain values equate to other values, such as the true value in Boolean is seen as 1. So if a set has a true value and then preceded by number 1, those are considered duplicates, and only the first instant will be displayed or printed, aka only true will be shown and 1 is ignored completely. The same thing with false and 0. Okay, so I have an example over here. False, 1, true, and 0. If I were to print this out, what do you think the end result will be? Well, it's just going to be false and 1, okay? Because false is a duplicate of 0, so 0 is ignored. 1 is true is a duplicate of 1, so true is ignored. Now, let's look at how our common methods work with set, length, and type. I'm sure that you've known these two quite well already. Now, I have many values, basically a set. If you haven't noticed, the data sets, the thing that differentiates their syntax is the different types of parentheses. So let me just delete that. Now, a set can contain multiple data types, a string, a float, integer, a boolean, and a float. One more time. Now, if I print the length of many values, what do you think the length will be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do you think the type of many values will be? Well, it is a set, okay? Last but not least, let's look at a set constructor. This is basically a different way of declaring a set. You can use it a set constructor and then put, the values that you want to have in the set. But please do be reminded that it is a double parenthesis, okay? Let's have new set equals to, let's have a bunch of values in here, true, 1, false, 0, 77. Let's have a string. Hello world. Okay. Now let's go down here and have constructed set equals to set. So we're going to use the set constructor. 22.2, 33.3, 44.4. So I'm going to duplicate these values, so I just repeat them. 22.2, 33.3, 55.7. Okay. Now we're going to print the length of new set. We're going to print the type of constructed set. Next up, let's print out new set and see what it is. And then print out constructed set. Okay. Contrast to save. Okay, so as you can see here, the values returns 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so the actual length is 6, but it set does not count for duplicate values. So true, and it only counts true, and it only counts false. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's go with constructed set. The type or the class is set. And print new set, print this whole thing out, print constructed set, print this whole thing out. Now, what I want to try to do is see if I could print out an index. So I'm going to go with 2. Let's see if it works. No, it doesn't. Okay. Set object is not subscriptable. So no matter what you put in here, it will return the same error. It's not constructible. Now that's it for today's lesson. Thank you for watching and tuning in. We're going to be tackling assessing set items for our next lesson. So I hope that you'll continue to watch that. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Learn today, better tomorrow. Goodbye.